Today we're going to be talking about how to transition from the Terekete bowl to a very clean sounding na. Now before I get to that, there's a link in the description to a Discord community where we kind of relax, have fun. It's pretty casual. But for those really looking to invest in themselves, pay for lessons, there's a link in the description to a school community. There you'll find people all around the world dedicated to improving their tabla playing. Now, let's talk about going from terekete to na. There's going to be a level 1 and a level 2 to this. So let's get right to it. So we're going to take a look at this phrase, dha terekete tak terekete na terekete tak terekete. Now, you don't have to necessarily play on beat for today's video. I know tabla is an instrument, a percussion instrument. Everything should be on beat, but we're just focusing on technique in this video. So if you make a pause between this last te right here and this na, I don't have any problem with it. Also this te and this dha, even there can be a pause. So just keep that in mind. So it would go like this. Let me tilt the tabla a little bit. So from here, you would just bring these two fingers back, bring your middle finger up, and get ready to play a na. So just like that. And then the second line would be so just like that. Now, these are some common mistakes I find that people make. They tense up so much for the terekete because I talk a lot about weight that they can't really transition to a kind of loose. The na needs to be loose is my point. The na kind of turns out like very muted. If you want the resonance, that it has to be in the right place. This is something I do stress. This has to be, this I literally call the anchor. This has to be anchored here, but then this portion has to be kind of loose. So that's the kind of difficulty you may have in transitioning from this te to the na. So if I play a little bit faster, it would go like this. So as I get better, I can kind of now at this point fall into place. But when you're just starting out, you should be a bit mindful of how exactly you're going from this te to the na. I'll speed up a little bit and maybe you'll get the idea. So a lot of fun to play if you get that na properly. If that na is muted, you don't get the dynamics of it. The closed sounding terekete and the na and the dha, they don't really have the right contrast. So this would be level 1. Level 2 would be a little bit harder than this. And let me show what that would be. So ironically, it has less bulls. But the reason why it's harder, and you can see this, is because now you're going from taka to na. And you can see the issue. You already have your finger this way. Then you got to find this, and then you got to do this. So it is a little bit tricky. That's why I go very slow at this. Do this only after you've mastered the first phrase. So this would go. So from here, you're landing with the anchor and then dha. So that's why this is level 2, because you really have to be good with this anchor. And like I said, take your time with this. Don't rush. I'll play it a few more times. But the key to this is first finding that anchor and then letting everything fall in place. So let me speed it up just a little bit. Dha. So make sure to take your time with this. And that is how you go from terekete to a very clean sounding na or dha. Thank you.